What's up, Friday morning nerds? It's your boy, the OG GM, coming to you live from Hollywood, California on a lovely April morning. It's the 21st day of April, 2023. It's about 55, 60 degrees and gorgeous outside. So why are you listening to me? Go outside. But first, it's time to spin the wheel of fish. The wheel of irrelevance or irrelevant fish. Ding! And today's topic is content farming. The number one sin of YouTubing, Twitching, Twittering, VTubing, whatever, content farming. I have been accused of content farming. Other people have farmed my content. In regards to people farming my content, I'm like, dude, go ahead, farm my content. I don't care. Just give me credit. If you're going to steal something from my page, fine. I'm not getting paid for this. I don't care. But then just say, hey, I heard about this from the OG GM. Why don't you check out his take on it? That's fine. So what is the difference between content farming and just talking about the same thing? If I do a story about these things, the Arby's dice are supposedly back. They have supposedly been back in stock for a couple days. I don't know if anybody's been lucky enough to pick them up. If you have an Arby's where you live, ask them about the dice. I don't know. I haven't heard any, oh, screw you, Arby's, you don't have the dice in stock stories yet either. So, yeah, the dice are back. It was a thing they did like 2 years ago, I want to say, or really early last year. And then they sold out really fast, and then they're back. They're dice. I don't know if they're decent dice. Do they have like a little hamburger inside each one of them? If I roll a 20 at the store, do I get a discount? Do they smell like French fries? Are they made from the same substance that Arby's sauce is made of? The last one might be true. But yeah, so if I do a story about these dice, and then 20 minutes later, Aaron the Pendentic does a story about these dice, and then tomorrow, DM Bloodworth does a story about these dice, that's not content farming, okay? So if somebody says, oh, you're content farming me because you did a story about the dice and I did the story about the dice. No, that's not content farming. That's everybody talking about the same thing because it's news. It's just like if CNN, Fox, and ABC all do a story sometime during the day about a car chase and ABC's the last. ABC is not content farming the other two news stories. It's news. Everybody is allowed to talk about it. I am not farming your content, and I'm not going to accuse you of farming my content if I do a story about the dice and then you do a story about the dice. That is not content farming, okay? On the other hand, if, for example, I do a story about TJ Storm working on the new Godzilla movie, and this is exclusive information that's been given to me by TJ, and I've had to sign some sort of NDA, so I can only give very limited amount of information on the project coming up. And then somebody else says, oh, well, then that's probably content farming because I know that I'm the only person that got that information from TJ. Though that's still questionable because you could still say, well, I read the same article. So, but then I could be like, well, he only told me and he only gave me permission to talk about it. So is that content farming? That's questionable because that information still could be out there. I mean, if TJ does an interview and somebody else besides me reads that interview and he just tells me about the interview first, that's questionable. That's 60-40. 60%, it might have just copied me. 40%, you saw the same article. So, yeah, that's the middle ground. So what exactly is content farming? Is content farming just everybody talking about the exact same thing? No, because it's public knowledge. Content farming is if I do a story that is extremely exclusive and I say things in a certain specific way, show certain specific things, and have access to specific information that not a lot of people, if anybody, has access to, i.e. the privileged information I get for being a Hasbro stockholder and knowing people that work on Hasbro. So if I do that, and then within the very next day, somebody posts a video about the same subject and pretty much uses the same or similar words to what I said the day before, not mentioning any names, but there recently was a video as of 3 days ago that basically was somebody saying the exact same thing I said, almost word for word. So that is content farming. That means you didn't do any work on your own. You didn't do any research. You just saw somebody else do a video about it and you copied them verbatim. Now, do we go to other people's sites and say, oh, he did a story about something I didn't know about, so I want to do a story about it also? Is that content farming? If I do the work, no, because I still read the articles, I still listen to the podcasts, I still conduct the interviews, I still do my own research. That's not content farming. If I don't bother to do any work on it, if I just copy verbatim, Aaron does a video about DCC, and then 20 minutes later, I do a video about DCC, and I'm pretty much saying the exact same shit Aaron said, and there's nothing new or different. It's just obvious I saw Aaron do a video, and I want to ride his clout because goddamn him for reaching 2,000 subs before me. I'm drinking soda because I'm out of coffee. Then yeah, that's content farming. If I post information that's exclusive to me, like, I learned this from Hasbro because I'm a Hasbro stockholder, here's all the work I did, and then you post the exact same thing and almost quote me verbatim, that's content farming. Now, if I do a story about the Arby's dice, or the fact that Wizards of the Coast made another announcement about something stupid, and then other people do it, that's not content farming. Maybe they saw me talk about it first, but that's still not content farming. It's just, I had the information before you. But yeah, if we all talk about the Arby's dice, then it's not content farming. So when has my content been farmed? A couple times. I mean, recently in the last year or so. If I see a story that pretty much is the exact same thing I said, the exact same way I said it, then that's probably you just saw my story and just decided to clout chase and copy me without doing any of your own work, which is fine. I don't care, dudes, dudettes. If you want to farm my content, go ahead. This is the news. I don't hold a copyright to anything I talk about. The information is out there, unless I say it's exclusive to me, which I rarely say, if ever. Go ahead, farm it. I don't care. Just give me credit. If you're going to copy me, give me credit. So the dude or dudette or human being that was out there a couple days ago that blatantly copied an article, video I'd done the day before, fine. I don't fucking care. I appreciate the fact that you find my information so interesting that you want to copy it. Just give the people credit. And if I copy a video from somebody else, like if I do a video on DCC today, which I'm not, but if I did, I'd say, here's the video Grim did at DCC a couple days ago. I'm just, taking his and extrapolating on it. So, and here's the story about the dice. I assume other people are going to do a story about the dice. So, yeah, I guess in closing on this ridiculous, pointless topic, it is the fact that Arby's has made some new dice. So if you have an Arby's, wherever you live, give them a call and see if they have the dice in stock. And then, I don't know, order them. I also recently found out in Arby's news, in the terms of fast food restaurants, Arby's has the single most expensive thing on the menu of any fast food restaurant. Now, I'm not talking like sit down like Red Robin's, but I'm talking like McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, Arby's. They have the most expensive. I don't know that. Did you? And I'm not, again, this doesn't mean like, the 50 tacos for $3 thing. No, this is like just one item. Most expensive. Arby's currently has the most. It was some bacon roast beef king thing. Pointless. But since we're talking about Arby's, yeah. So in closing, go get some new dice from Arby's. I guess that's the whole point. I don't know what I'm talking about. Why do you listen to me anyways? Get off my land and buy my merch.